Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. I'm Gerry. Max and Edward are here. Yeah, gentlemen, nice to see you again, guys. Let's jump on this Brighton preview. Let me ramble off all their stats. Their current form, they're 10th in the table at 34 points. They are joint with us at 34 points, but their goal diff is better than us. Yes. They're 8, 10, and 11. Recently, they have a 2-1 win over Arsenal, a 4-1 win over Swans, and a 1-1 draw with Stoke. So they're in decent form right now. Okay. So their injuries right now, I think it's Schelotto. Basically, he kind of got a concussion, it seemed like. Maybe a slight concussion.
With Kolasinac, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a pretty hard hit. Should have been a card. Nothing happened. I guess that happens when the referee knows that the player has a yellow card and they're scared. I think Schalak, I think both those players are about 75% chance to play. Maybe in, maybe out. I'm assuming Schelotto is going to play just because he's a normal starter. And if you're healthy enough, you know how it works in the Premier League. So possible lineup, Ryan, Schelotto, Dunk, Duffy. Duffy. Bong, Knockaert, Stevens, Proper, Izquierdo, Gross, and Murray. So that's probably what we're looking at. Danger men, you got to think, is it Pascal Gross?
Pascal Gross.
That guy's great.
And you can't ignore Glenn Murray, the form he's been in this season.
Yeah, I've been taking the piss out of him with the Brighton fan a couple of times, but he's banged them in.
He's a goal scorer.
Gross hasn't he got like more assists now than Özil? I can't remember who it is exactly, but it's like a lot of the top 6 players. He's got more assists than now.
I haven't seen the stats, but he's a fantastic player, Pascal Gross. You know.
Yeah.
You've only have to watch him this season, the way he kind of conducts that midfield, and I think Glenn Murray came out himself and said that Pascal Gross is one of the best players that he's played with. So I think we've definitely got to be aware of that type of player that can, you know, when he picks his head up and the way he reads what's in front of him, particularly against, you know, we don't know what backline we're going to field, and I think all our opinions on our current defence are well known. So definitely a danger man.
Isn't he the one that provided the cross for the Murray goal against Arsenal?
Yes, I know
that's
that.
Also something to watch out for.
I know that because he's on my my fantasy Premier League team. Gross. I picked him up early because
I gave on that months ago.
I actually keep up with it because I'm a dork. So yeah, but Glenn Murray. I was going to say Glenn Murray just because he knows my sister and her husband because they both used to play for the Wilmington Hammerheads together. So yeah. It's funny how that works out. I remember like when I saw my brother-in-law one time, he was like, "Oh yeah, a guy I used to play with right now has more goals in the championship, more goals this season than any other player in Europe." You know, I was like, "Who is that?" And this is when he played for Palace, and they were in the championship. And he was like, Glenn Murray. And so I looked him up. I was like, "Oh, my God. That's awesome," you know? So you guys meet Premier League players all the time. I just think it's cool that I know somebody who played with one.
Yeah.
I'm such a fanboy goober. But so Glenn Murray's really good in the air. We know that. And he just knows where to be. He just understands spacing. He knows where to be.
Instinct, doesn't it?
Yeah. And Izquierdo and Knockaert are 2 really solid players on the outside.
That's great.
And I hesitate to completely leave out their defense because they usually don't get scored on too much. They're just a sound team. All around, they're just very sound.
They've adapted brilliantly since coming up to the Prem, and I think one thing that's certainly been noticeable about Brighton is the fact that game by game, their intensity and how they adapt to each game that they play, it's been noticeable because I feel like, particularly that Arsenal game, I feel was kind of the summit of all the performances this season. The intensity and the desire that they showed, and I think it's safe to say that they won't go down this season, and that's a testament to them.
I think they're a bit like Was it Bournemouth? As soon as they came up, they did all right, didn't they? Bournemouth when they came up. I think it's sort of that first season, but now what will happen with them next season, like a second season syndrome or something. But fair play to Chris Hughton, he's done absolutely brilliant with them.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he'll be one that we'll go for or not in terms of manager?
I don't think so.
Extra question.
No, particularly while Mashiri is at the head of it all. I feel like Mashiri is the kind of man who looks for those luxurious names in a way.
He looks at the one on the top shelf.
Yeah, well, even if it is a bit of a smoke screen, it's nice to show. It's nice to see that we're at least showing a bit of ambition.
Yeah. And I think I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think he's a solid manager. I think he's done a great job by bringing them up. But I think the ambition is going to be more than him, which sounds very cocky to say that when we're talking about a manager who's done quite well at Brighton. But I think Moshiri is all about a sexy name. That's what he was looking for. That's why he got Koeman. You know, he just wants. And I realize Big Sam is like the anti-sexy name. I know that. That was a panic hire. I think we all get that. But I think I don't know. I think he genuinely does have, he wants a Simeone, but I think that might not be realistic. We'll see. But Fonseca, I think, is really in his sights. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd take that.
Yeah, I would too, because that would kind of give us a Mendez connection. Which would be interesting for our players, potential players, right? So, but anyway, back to Brighton because we're talking about them.
Yeah, I was going to say it was going south.
Yeah, well, so who is going to start with us right now? Our only real out that's besides the obvious ones. Williams got the red card last game with a really heady play. So dumb. So dumb. Yeah. So
not really worthy of a comment.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Don't get me started on him.
Yeah. So he's out, and we know Mangala's out, of course, and McCarthy. All the same folks are out.
The standard ones.
Well, they look like we've been given a boost with they've said Jagielka and Baines.
Yes.
Look like they're as well. So, it's nice to see a few names coming off the injury list.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I could easily see Jag starting.
Yeah.
It could legitimately happen. So we have to start thinking about who we're going to start. All right?
Handing the baton to one of you.
One more thing to clear up. Again, this is who we think Sam will start.
You know what? I was just going to comment on that. I genuinely think we should start saying who we want to start, just to cut out all the bullshit of the comments saying, "What is that defense?
Why are you putting in Martina?"
We need to cut. This is who we want to start, not who we think that man in the dugout will start, because we know that his selections aren't perfect and his decision making can be questionable at times.
Let's do both. Because I don't have many changes between who I'll actually start and who I want to start.
No, actually, that's the same thing for me.
Yeah. So why don't we just do both? Say the one you think Big Sam will do, and then we'll say what we want.
Then
right.
twist.
Okay.
All right. So Max, what do you got?
Well, for Sam, I think it'll be Pickford in goal, Jagielka and Keane at centre half. I still don't think he's going to play Leighton Baines. I don't know why. I think he's going to err on the side of caution, much to the discontent of the fans. I think it's going to be Martina at left back, Coleman at right back. I'm inclined to say he's going to stick with that midfield just because Gylfi Sigurdsson did play well. But again, I've said numerous times how exposed that left the defence against Burnley. I think it's going to be Davies, Gay, and Sigurdsson in the midfield, and particularly with the rumbles of Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting an England call-up, I think he's going to start again. I think it's going to be Calvert-Lewin, Tosin, particularly after the goal, and Walcott.
I'm sort of confused. For some reason, I lost count. I thought you actually had extra. So no Rooney in that. Is that what you're saying?
No Rooney.
No Rooney, and add Calvert-Lewin instead, correct?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, now I got it.
Yeah, that's not who I want to start, though.
How would you do it?
Right. Pickford, Baines, Jagielka, Holgate, Coleman, Davies, Rooney, Gay, Sigurdsson, Tosin, Walcott.
So I'll just go ahead and blow the suspense. That's who I want to start, down to the man. Down to the man. Now, my prediction for what Sam's going to do is, to be honest, different than yours. But who we want to start, Max and I are completely identical.
Great minds think alike.
Just, or maybe.
Yes, thanks for that.
Or maybe warped ones. We'll see. Well, yeah, Edward, we haven't heard yours yet, but really quickly, I'll say my predicted ones, and then we'll get both of Edward's lineups. Pickford, Coleman. I think he'll go Keane and Jagielka. All right, and I think he'll go with Baines actually, because
he's gonna go with the left back.
Why not?
I
would love to see it. But I think he'll do it finally. Gay, Rooney, Davies. I think he's going to return to that original. I think one of the reasons maybe he went with that lineup last week may have been to give Rooney a little bit of a rest. I don't know, because he played a little bit second half. I don't know. Sometimes you got to do that for an older guy. But Gay, Rooney, Davies, and then Walcott, Sigurdsson, Tosin. That's what I think he'll do. And the only difference that I have in all of that is put Holgate in for Keane. I don't think he's going to bench Keane, but I would like to, because I still don't know what Holgate has done to not be in the lineup.
And I'd like to see, I want to see Keane play and I want to see Keane thrive, but I just feel like putting him alongside Mason Holgate, who, to Mason Holgate's credit, the way he plays and the way he conducts himself, he does seem like a senior member of the squad. But I feel like it saved the increased heart rate if we put him alongside Jags. I think.
I do think Keane will do better with Jags, but it looked like his communication with Williams was shit.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly.
And that's maybe I'll use stronger words next time. But yeah, it was so bad. There's so many little communication errors that could be resolved if they just spoke more on the field. Which is funny because you see these players yelling at each other all game long. So that's mine. Edward, what do you got?
What I think he'll put out, Pickford, Coleman, Keane, Jagielka, Martina, Gay, Davies. I think he's going to go back to it with Rooney, Sigurdsson, Walcott, Tosin. I think that's what he'll go with. What I would like to see, actually, I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball in.
As you are, that's your want.
Yeah, because apparently I'm not a great mind and all that. Just saying.
Oh, come on, come on.
Touchy.
Just a different kind of great mind, man.
But yeah, I'll go Pickford, Coleman. Yeah, I'm going to definitely throw a curveball in. I'm going to say Keane and Funes Mori and Baines in as well. Actually have a balanced back four.
Oh. Balanced, but I don't think balance is the correct word there, mate.
Well, are you judging his picks, Max, already? It's so fast.
It's the way my mind thinks. I see holes and things straight away. Come on, reel it out.
No, but I think I personally would like to see Gay, Davies, and Rooney back in. I would like to see Rooney back in because I think he adds to it. Sigurdsson, I will actually, contrary to all my comments earlier on in the season, I want Sigurdsson out on the left, Tosin in the middle, Walcott on the right, because Calvert-Lewin did nothing. He did nothing on the left, and there's no point in him playing if he's playing in a wing position because his best position is a striker. So if we're going by that, that is my team I want.
Right, I just want to question you on that back line. Do you think?
Okay.
Hold on, clarify. Repeat the back line again, just so we're refreshed.
Coleman, Keane, Funes Mori, Baines.
Do you think it's sensible putting Funes Mori in for his first game in the Premier League since returning from injury with another centre half who's very low on confidence and form at the minute?
It's a fair point.
I think that could be a viable partnership in given time. But I think just for his first game back, I feel like partnering him with Keane, it looks a bit like a recipe for disaster to me.
But if you think about it like this, Funes Mori's just completed 90 minutes, kept a clean sheet in the under-23s, but he's played in more recent games than Jagielka. Jagielka will be coming back in. All right, he brings a captain role, but Funes Mori, I think, could actually bring a bit more confidence, maybe for Keane, having a player that's actually got a better left foot than Ashley Williams. So I would actually be tempted to roll the dice and give it a go. I mean, it is a big risk to take, but I think actually someone different apart from Jagielka and Williams would do Keane something good. Might give him a bit of actually he's willing to put risks in. I might be able to do well with this.
Yeah, I think if I'm going to put Funes Mori in right now with who we have at our disposal, I would probably throw him in with Jags just because of the experience level and communication, just because it would be his first game back. Keane being so low on confidence, I would even prefer him with Holgate, which I think would not be too bad. I'm still not 100% on Funes Mori, if I'm going to be honest. I think I love the fact that he friggin' wins headers like a salmon. He's so tall
like
and he can jump so high.
He's like a taller centre back, isn't he, as well?
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring that point even further. He'll win the headers from the crosses that Pascal Gross will be putting in, because he'll actually be going for them. And I think he's going to have that little bit extra confidence. He's going to be back at Goodison, wanting to prove to Sam, I am staying in this team, whether you like it or not. The fans want me in. I'm going in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I just want to see him play a few games and not have those brain farts. That's what I'd like. I just want to see him not do that. I didn't see it when I watched him play U23s, but that was U23 level. That's still, and there's a possibility that Sam just doesn't want to play him.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility for a lot of the players, to be honest.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm out of fingers on my list. Yeah, too many.
I'd run out of fingers and toes. The amount I could think of.
So guys, predictions. We need to do that.
Yeah.
1-0 the Blues.
I'll go with that as well. And actually, that's probably the first time this season my heart and head are agreeing on one.
Well, who wants to argue with that? Dude, worlds are colliding, Edward. Heart and head. Worlds are colliding. Yeah, that's...
I mean, it's been snowing today, so...
I'm actually sort of scared. It's like one of the signs of the apocalypse. Edward's head and heart are merging. I was going to say 2-1. 2-1 Blues. And I will even say the goal scorers. Murray, Walcott, and Nias comes off the bench to get the winner.
We can hope.
I'm making overly...
I'll take my shirt off and hold it like that.
I'm making my overly specific predictions, guys. That never works. All right, so I guess that is it for our Brighton preview. Let's hope it is a little bit better watch than last week's match was. Anyway, if you're digging the videos, please subscribe. We're sitting at 535 subs right now, and you can help us on the march towards 600, and that'd be awesome. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let's get a dialogue going. What do you think? How do you think the match is going to go on Saturday? Also, check out Edward's YouTube channel, Jam E. James. He's got match day vlogs. He's got FIFA stuff, a lot of Everton stuff, and all of his interpretive dance performances are on his channel. So please
this
check
week,
it out.
River Dance. Don't want to miss it.
It's a lot. He's very inspired by the dude's landlord in Big Lebowski. So there's that.
Yeah.
His dance quintet, dude.
Definitely know who that is. Yeah.
Check out my dance recital, dude.
Yeah, Edward, we'll have a different conversation about Big Lebowski someday. You need it in your life. So also check out Max's work on the Toffee Blues website. That's it. If we keep talking, we'll run out of time for our other videos. So I'll stop now. Bye.